And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Throwing on third and long. Sawyer, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. They're going to try and throw. And he comes back with one complete. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. 21-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're well past midfield, just a yard. Two shy of the 40.
The ball carrier. A gain of 12. First down, Denver.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Sawyer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Hey, 54. Mike 54. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Shoot.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sawyer. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Going for it has paid off twice already on this drive. Can they convert again on 4th down? Let's see.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Ricky. Check. Lucky. Check one. Protein spill. Snap.
On 4th down, Sawyer. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
58, right over there.
On 2nd and 9, Watson flush to his right. He'll try and run it. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Don't get nervous.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st down. 58.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Off of play action, it's Watson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Right there. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 7.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him. Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
He's crashing. He's checking the car.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Hey, orbit.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Sawyer, he's going to rifle one deep. And got his man complete. Give them 32 on the play.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Down. 18 Gator. Recon. 132 fighter.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
57 to Mike.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
3rd and 2, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
To throw from his end zone, Sawyer. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right here.
From the gun, Sawyer. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He's going to get it running right. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? To throw is Watson. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Deshaun Watson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. The extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sawyer, he's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 35.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, Delta, 30 base.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Let's get by.
To throw on 3rd down, Sawyer. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
At the 42-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Green. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Watson on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Go! Greystone, travel.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
57 to
Looking to throw on second down. Sawyer. He's got it to Hilton. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
22 Jet Bomber. Now.
Off play action. Sawyer. And the catch made by Hilton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And the catch good. It's Eifert. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. There goes Green. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. 79 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. No problem there on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Sawyer. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Sawyer. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. That's taken on the 25. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are in for 6. Gano the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. On 3rd down, it's Green. And he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On first down, Sawyer. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. Operating from the gun, Sawyer. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. And that one incomplete as it stops the clock, reading 18 seconds to go. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they will take a knee here.
Watson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Dolphins,
up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use a can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, did crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Drown out my problems, let me When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field.
Let's go, let's go! Come on, set 18 Gator. You draw forfeit.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On second down, here's Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Switch.
From the 40 now on second down. Minshew, and he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football.
And the pressure gets to him again. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Leo!
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down again. T.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And some room to roam now. It's a foot race. 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. Give him 58 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case,
that is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready! 60 outlaw.
It's just me and you.
Fournette running out of the gun. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And it's third down.
Down. 18 Gator.
Big stop, D.
61. Matchbox. Lights. Hey, shoot. Get ready.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
5-yard gain on the play. First down, Jacksonville.
Come on,
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Leonard Fournette. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Good job, D.
Now, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
26 Mike, 26 Mike.
Shoot.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Minshew. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he's going to be taken down, back around the 35-yard line. T.J. Watt bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run with Fournette. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Now Minshew. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass as they are now on the board here in the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
26, Mike, 26, exit. 26, Mike, 26, Mike. Woo! Chance. Deuce. Look at me. Go. Smooth. Shoot.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
First and goal, Jacksonville.
On the double. 55. Here we go. 266. Pull it high. Snap.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Roethlisberger will throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
There we go.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, 57 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
No. Check 31.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's going to rifle one deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Steelers take over first and 10. At their own
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to launch this thing way down. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 47. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Alert, alert.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic.
Middle.
I'm about to take you to school. 44 is the
Black is on.
Roethlisberger. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain there of 21 yards. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
General West.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Snickers. Snickers.
Mike,
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. And Potter, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Fournette. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
You ready?
26 months. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Out of the gun is Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. They'll run for it with Fournette, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This one out quickly to Westbrook. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Sharks got it, left side. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. This is Fournette. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Into the secondary again. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner in the final minute as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They come out here in the eye. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now Fournette, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette in the final minute, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second down. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.